Clark.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. I note the Minister suggests that we've been debating this bill for 23 hours, and I think it's quite a small price to pay for the discomfort of members of this House to pay in order to be here representing the voice of the community, because that's, after all, our job in this place. What we have before us, again, is a bill that's all about profit maximisation and not, unfortunately, about harm minimisation. And it really saddens me, the way there has been willful blindness to the harm that is caused by poker machines in our community. And I have, at every attempt, when I've got up here to the lectern, tried to speak about the human impact of what we are doing in this place. Because again, as I say, the bill is 187 clauses. It's extensive, it's complicated, it's easy just to look at it as words and numbers on a page. But what we do here matters. And it matters out in the community. We're talking about people's livelihoods, we're talking about domestic violence, we're talking about people stealing from their employers, we're talking about people losing their homes, and most sadly, people losing their lives. And that's just a simple fact. But unfortunately, what we've seen is Labor and Liberal in lockstep in the largest part, protecting the interests of the industry to maximise their own profits rather than harm minimisation. So it's with a very heavy heart that I'll go home tonight and think about the impact of what we're doing in this place. And whilst I feel comfortable that I have represented the people who've elected me, and I've listened to their concerns and I've voiced those concerns here in this chamber, I want to express sorrow to them. And particularly to the community sector, who tomorrow morning are going to get up and do an almighty job, as they always do, out to the coalface, trying to help people pick up the pieces of their lives that have been shattered by poker machines. So I'm really sorry that we couldn't do better in this place. We'll keep trying, I'm sure. Some of us will keep trying. But I'm really sorry, because I know that not only do they work at the coalface of this, where they continue to pick up people's lives and try and help them wherever they can, they've also taken a massive effort and time to contribute in submissions, in talking with government and opposition about it. It's been a massive burden on them to try and contribute to this debate. And in the end, their voices have been ignored. So I'm very sorry to them. I also want to express sorry to the people in the community who have been impacted by poker machine addiction. There are many people who I know have shared their story with myself and with other members of this House, because it seems that their concerns, their stories, have gone unheard. We had an opportunity to put into this bill harm minimisation measures, and we haven't taken it. And I think that's incredibly sad. I also want to note that whilst we've had significant contribution, and I recognise the contribution of the Minister, the Shadow Minister, and the Greens member, Ms O'Connor, and Dr Woodruff and myself, and on occasions the opposition leader as well. We have had remarkable silence from the members of this House who haven't been prepared to get up and put on the record, put on Hansard, their views.
Yeah.
And that's really sad.
Godless.
Because whilst they might be here in the interest of a party, or should I say in the interest of the poker machine industry, they have been elected to represent the community first and foremost. And they haven't contributed to the debate. They haven't been prepared to go on the record and say why it is they're supporting their party's position over the community's interest. And that's really sad. But I want to end on a slight glimmer of hope, because this bill will move from this place to the upper house, and there is still time for Labor to do the right thing. And I know the members of this House and members of the Labor Party, and I know you care about the community. And whilst you continue to say you don't have the numbers in this house, and I know you don't have the numbers in this house, you do have an influencing vote in the upper house. You could send this bill to committee for proper scrutiny. You could make amendments. You could make a difference. And maybe, just maybe, provide the community who are so deeply harmed by poker machines a glimmer of hope. So I want to end on a little bit of hope, because it's quite a sad night, I think, but there is hope still. And I really do hope the Labor Party find their heart and do the right thing. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Member for Frank.